morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning. If you're jumping out here live, give the girl a shout out. Let me know you're with me. If you're watching the replay, I love the flame. We about to burn this up. So good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to get up and rise and shine, my friends. It is Friday. It's Fabulous Friday. Who is with me today? Good morning, Wonder Woman. I'm here with you all today with your daily dose of Dana. Don't you love my shirt? Can you see it? Can y'all see my shirt? This is cool. We're about to have t-shirts up in here. The Rise and Shine Club Tribe. I haven't decided. So good morning. So you guys listen. Good morning, Carol. Yes, good morning. It's Friday. Yay. Can we all do the happy dance? Hey, put a happy dance emoji or a Friday GIF in the comments if you're excited that it's Friday. Let's just get fun and real up in here. We're going to have our own little dance party. Okay, y'all, listen. So, since January 11th, 13th, I have been on a mission with my health. I have lost about 30 pounds, but what I focus on really is not the pounds, it's the fat percentage. And really I want to talk about that today because, listen, I have people ask me all the time, like, what are you doing, girl? What you doing? Here's the thing. I don't care what your goal is in life. This is what happens. And tell me if this has been you. Have you ever started something and you're just not consistent, right? Do you ever start something and it gets boring? Okay, that's me. Like, that is my problem every time right there. I get bored very easily. If that is you in the comments, put a 1 in the comments if you get bored with goals that are longer than a few days. Like, that is me. And now that I look back on my life, and actually after having conversations with some of my girlfriends, I can see where that new shiny object would come along and be like, hey girl, over here. Hey girl, oh no, come over here. Because I'm that girl. My daughter and I are the same way. Like, we like the fun, you know. I like the spice of life. Like, let's keep going, right? I need energy. And so sometimes, you guys, listen. How many of you guys have ever read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy? Have you ever read that book? Put a 2 in the comments if you've read it. I was looking for it in my office because I read all the books. And I've read it a couple years ago, and I was actually going to read it again because I think it's so important. And it's kind of like this. I'm usually the girl that's like fast and furious out of the gate, and then I quit. I quit doing the habits that got me, you know, I start having a little success, then I stop doing those habits. I think that's our tendency. We start seeing a little success and we get lazy in the daily actions. And so how do you prevent that? Like, how do you stay with it? Have you, I watch people all the time that are going to college. Like, I went to college in my 40s. Like, how did I keep going to college, working a full-time job, having teenage daughters? Like, how did I keep going? And that's the key, my friends. It's because I had a vision. I knew the end result that I was looking for, right? And I think sometimes when it does get boring, when you're like not wanting to do those daily habits, not wanting to be consistent, you want the freaking sugar. Like, that's been, let's get real, right? And it's like, okay, you have to visualize that next day. Like, sometimes the big picture is so overwhelming. Maybe it's just getting through that class. You know, maybe you just got through that class. Like, okay, I got through this class. Now I only got, 5 more to go for this semester, whatever it is, right? And so number 1, here's the thing. I think this is the tendency for me in the past is, why am I doing what I'm doing? Like, is it something I really, really want to do? And why am I doing that? I think before you make a decision to do anything in life, you really need to know why you're doing it. And we've always heard, or maybe you haven't, I've always heard in my industry, network marketing, is the why that makes you cry. Well, now I've heard a new concept to that. It's not the why that makes you cry. It's the why that makes you fly. The why that makes you fly. Good morning, Julia. Good morning, Jasmine. The why that makes you fly. And so, like, it will take you to the next level. So it does get boring. I think in today's society, honestly, my opinion, it's even harder to stick with something. Like, we have disposable relationships. We have Fast and Furious everywhere. Hot and now. You can have it, it's just instant, right? Microwave society, as I call it. And it's like, you know what, you guys, listen, anything worth having is going to take time. It's going to take those mundane, freaking boring days. You're like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Like right now, I put myself in a wellness challenge for my steps because like working from home is not easy. Like I have to force myself to go out for 15 minutes stretches to get my steps in because I'm just sitting here, right? Maybe you're sitting in an office. So you got to know why you're doing it, but you got to have a plan behind that. So that's number one. What is your plan, right? Are you going to set up little goals and maybe reward yourself? Like for my personality, I love the fun, right? So if I say, okay, I'm not going to have any fun, I'm not going to do any activities if I don't do these things consistently for 5 days. And so give yourself a plan. That's number one. The number two tip, you've got to find somebody in your life that not that you're reporting to, that you're really going to hold each other accountable. And maybe you're not on the same journey. They don't even have to be on the same journey with you. But somebody that you respect enough that I was actually saying this to my girl yesterday. She's like, I need you to hold me to the fire, girl. Like, I need accountability right now. And I said back to her, like, what words do you want me to say? Like, don't go do it. Like, she literally gave me the words to say. Like, don't give my power away. That's what she said, the words to say, right? So I'm going to hold her to what she wants me to hold her to and give her back her own words. So you got to have a relationship with whoever you're saying to that person. And you got to know if they're coming back at you out of love, like, girl, I see you. Like, did you get your steps in? Like, it's out of love. So you got to find that person that you love and adore, that you respect enough, that's going to say, hey, you know what? I am going to hold you to your goal. Because here's what I know. In Compound Effect, if you've never read that book, I don't care what you're doing in life, I highly, highly recommend go get that book. Because here's what I do know. Like, Rome wasn't built overnight. He actually says that in the book. Like, it's literally that brick, right? Upon brick. See, we want the whole building. We want the whole building now. And it's that brick upon brick, upon brick, upon brick. It's that little things, right? The consistency, that's the key word, consistency. So if I, do one day 8,000 steps and the next day I only get 2,000, well, I could say, well, I'm going to get, 20,000 to make up for that day. But it really isn't as important as, hey, let me just work on getting 8,000 a day. Because here's what happened. When you start doing this, right? When you start building it brick by brick, the compound effect starts to happen. And he really talks about this in the book. Good morning, Irv. You really need to get the book because it's that compound. So if you're in, let's just say if you're in network marketing, because I have a lot of friends there. Like here's your big tip, you guys. Listen, you have to keep going when you don't see those results. If you're on a wellness journey, even if you don't see that scale movement, if you're judging it by the scale, your pants are not, keep going because it's going to compound. And then all of a sudden, when you least expect it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I got into that size 9 pants. Or, oh my gosh, momentum has hit my team. Like, where did that come from? It's because you didn't stop compounding it. It's now becoming a bigger monster. It's like that boulder at the top of the hill, right? And as it starts to go down the hill, it gains more speed, right? Does it not, y'all? Give me some hearts up in here. It gains more speed as the farther it goes. So the problem is we don't have a plan, and then we don't have somebody holding us to the fire. And here's the third thing. You have to really get to a point where you're gonna have emotions along the way. Us girls are, we're famous for this, right? We let our emotions get in the way. Oh, I don't see it happening, or, oh my God, I'm doing all the right things, and why is it not working? Like, and I have been this girl. Like, I needed a coach in my own health journey. I can't get there by myself. Like, I could, but I need someone to help me rewire my words in my head when I'm feeling discouraged. So I have somebody in my life that's doing that right now. And I'm thankful for that because I'm on like day 115 of really, I've had no sugar other than I do liquid stevia. No processed foods, you guys. Really, I've had a few things here and there. And so now I'm like, okay, now I got this, right? Now I'm motivated. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Jamie. Now I'm motivated. And so, you guys, listen, it's going to get boring. It's going to get like, oh, I don't want to do those things again, right? It's going to become like that. It really, everything does. And I think that's when we give up. And here's the problem. Every time you give up, my friends, you have to start the whole process over. And that's so frustrating. Are you tired? Are you tired of starting that process over again? Right? So here's your 3 tips. Number 1, you got to have a plan for what you're about to do. You got to have like mini wins along the way. I talk about this all the time because I think we look at the bigger picture like, oh, in a year from now, I want to accomplish this. No, girl, what you going to do 12 months, 11, 10, not break it down so that you start feeling good in the journey and you will stick with it. If you start feeling successful in the little things, you're going to stick with something longer. If you don't feel successful, that's why we give up. The number 2, the tip was find somebody that's going to hold you to the fire. Maybe they're not even in the same journey. I mean, it's better if you have somebody in the same journey with you. Like, I really want a running partner in Michigan, in Battle Creek, Michigan, that wants to stick with it through thick and thin. Like, I need somebody local to run with. Like, I told my man, like, you gonna run with me? Like, I need a running partner. And so, like, find that person that's gonna love you through the process, that you respect enough that you're gonna hear them say, look, girl, like, where are you at, right? Take back your power, like my girl said. And then number 3, how are you gonna manage your emotions? I believe in journaling. I believe in writing things out. But you really got to check, why are you feeling something about a certain way about something? Is it true, or are you in your emotions right now because you don't see the success? I'm telling you guys, the why that will make you fly, you got to have it up here. You see behind me, I got all the things, quotes, vision board, books, it surrounds me. Why? So it keeps me grounded towards my dreams and goals for what God has inside of Dana Glass. And He's got greatness inside of you too. Don't give up on yourself. Don't be flashy and then the next flashy thing, oh, well, maybe this diet will work or this diet will work. I was telling a friend that yesterday. Like, at the end of the day, you guys, listen, I don't really believe in diets, honestly, myself and my health. I believe in finding what your personal triggers are. I'll give you an example of that. Yesterday, I ate almonds. I can't eat almonds. I trigger every time. My stomach starts hurting. I get inflammation. I love almonds. They're healthy, right? But Dana Glass can't eat it. You got to get in tune to your body, right? So quit all the noise out here, right? There's so much noise on social media. Figure out what your journey is. What is good for your journey? Find that person, create your plan, get out of your emotions, stick with it long enough to build that momentum, and I promise you're going to feel great. Love you guys. Have a fabulous Friday. Smooches.